Good morning. Great morning. Wonderful morning. Spectacular morning. Outstanding morning. Magnificent morning. Yes, it is. Why? Because I choose it to be so. Think about that. Whatever time it is that you're watching this, if you're watching this live and on a recording, no matter what time it is, you get to decide what that moment means. See, that's where all the power is. That's the power you have in you, which can change everything in your life if you'll just gain control of it. Now, really, really grasp onto that because it has everything to do with you changing the results of your life. And when I'm talking about your results, I'm talking about how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle, your relationships, where you live, the car you drive, all of it, how successful you are in business. It all starts inside. There's a beautiful paragraph that I love to read from Robert Collier's book, Secret of the Ages, in the chapter of Primal Cause, and how he talks about how the secret of all power, all success, all riches is in first thinking powerful thoughts, successful thoughts, thoughts of wealth, supply. We must build them in our own mind first. See, that's where it starts. I was just watching this reel recently, and I think it was Justin Trudeau. He was talking about how very wealthy people and how they are wealthy. That if he was talking to this one person who was very, very wealthy, and he said, if the question was asked, well, if you went broke for some unknown reason beyond you, what is it that you would do? And what was fascinating was the answer. And the answer was, I would immerse myself in wealth. In other words, I would put myself where wealthy people are. I would be in their energy. And think about that. That's something inside that shifts when you surround yourself with people like that, people who are wealthy. It starts to come to you. And by the way, if you go about and do that, you're in harmony with it. And guess what's going to come into your life? Exactly that. And when you think about that, that's amazing and incredible. I mean, just think about that. The meaning associated to wealth is locked in, and there's this draw inside to be around that. See, that's what you're attracted to. That's what you're in harmony with. And that's what comes into your life. See, that's what we teach here at Elevitality. That's what both Dolly and I have worked on in ourselves to get to understand. And when I'm talking about understand, there's two things that we dove into understand more than anything. And that is number one, who we truly are. Number two, how our marvelous, miraculous, incredible, powerful minds work. And when you have a good understanding of that, oh my gosh, you're no longer a slave to the tyranny of second causes. You're no longer controlled by what's happening on the outside. You're in control of your life. Now, I want to read something to you from Neville Goddard. Oh my gosh. When Dolly and I, when we study Neville Goddard. When we study at a really high level with other people who are at a high level, this is what we study. And I really want you to grab onto what's I'm sharing with you here, because it ties into understanding that you do not attract what you want. You don't. You attract who you're being, you attract who you are. And everything that we teach is about helping you to shift who you are being. Now, this comes from the Coin of Heaven. I want you to listen carefully to this. Man attracts who he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you, not to go after them or think they flee away. Isn't that interesting how the personal development world teaches you to go for it, to go after it, to follow your dreams, to chase your dreams? How many of you have heard that before? Follow your dreams, chase your dreams. No, bad idea. Oh my God, that's a terrible idea. And yet it's something that's dominant in the personal development world. I mean, there are shirts about it. Follow your dreams, chase your dreams. No, don't. Think about the picture that's there when you follow your dreams. You're behind it, it's always ahead of you. And the more you say that, the more you are in harmony with that. I got news for you. It's always going to be away from you. Don't follow your dreams. Don't chase your dreams. You don't need to. They always follow you. See, what you need to do is you need to give life to them, which means you got to be with them now. Now, let's go over this again. Man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and to let things come to you, not to go after them or think they flee away. Observe your inner talking and remember your aim. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say audibly had you achieved your goal? The individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of his life. Through uncritical self-observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in your inner world. And where you are in your inner world is what you are in your outer world. And where you are in your inner world is where you are in your outer world. Think about that. Your outer world is a reflection of what's happening in your inner world. You put on the new man whenever ideals and inner speech match. In this way can the new man be born. In this way can you be born. Inner talking matures in the dark, I should say. From the dark, it issues into the light. The right inner speech is the speech that would be yours were you to realize your ideal. In other words, it is the speech of fulfilled desire. So you got to operate from I am that. Type that in the comments. I am that. Not I'm going to be, soon I will be, someday. Type that in the comments. I am that. I am that. When you're thinking about your goal, I am that. Not it's going to be someday. No, that doesn't work. I am that. And that's what we share with you. That's what we've been studying in this beautiful gem here, As a Man Thinketh and Out from the Heart. And if you don't have a copy of this, make sure you do get a copy of this. And by the way, as a reminder for those of you who purchased it before we recognize the error in Serenity, make sure you get to us a copy of your purchase with your address. Send it to us so that we can send you the replacement. Okay, I want to get that to you right away. They just came in today, yesterday actually, and we're going to send them out today. So again, think about that. I am that. Now, when you do get this book, make sure you do underline it, highlight it, memorize it, study it, but most importantly, apply it. Remember, it's through practice that what we're sharing with you will shift the trajectory of your life, not by knowing it, not by saying, oh my gosh, I could talk about it. No, by using it in your life. All right, so are you ready to dive into this? Type in the comments, I am ready if you're ready. Now, for those of you who are watching this live stream, who have connected with this and are feeling that this can help you definitely to change the results of your life. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and want some big changes, then do yourself a favor and go to elevitality.com and scroll down and you'll find Master Your Mind there. Register for Master Your Mind where you'll have access to the rest of these calls and the recordings. You'll thank yourself later. All right, so let's go into this. Ready? Here we go. Now we're going to step into chapter